Some solutions for malnutrition are quite simple. Make meals social events. This may be the most important step in curbing malnutrition. Older people's eating clearly improves when they have company. Vary the texture, color, and temperature of foods. Plan healthy between meal snacks. A piece of fruit or cheese, a spoonful of peanut butter on a cracker, or a blended smoothie that includes a banana can add nutrients and calories. Encourage regular exercise. Exercise stimulates appetite and helps lift depression. Serve foods that contain more protein and calories. Add liquid nutrition such as Ensure and Boost if needed. Healthy eating starts with healthy shopping. Check food items already in the house against your menu ingredients. Then create a shopping list that matches your client's dietary restrictions, food preferences, and food budget. Purchase as many fresh, unprocessed items as possible. Choose fresh fruits and vegetables that are in season to add variety and keep costs down. Fresh fruits, vegetables, and whole grains should form the bulk of the diet. Labels on packaged food items provide information about the food's ingredients and nutritional values. Learning to read the labels on food products is a valuable skill, especially in choosing healthy foods for your client. Labels on meat and fish list the date on which the item was packed and the date it must be sold. Other types of packaged foods, such as dairy products, cereals, and main dishes, may have additional dates, such as best if used by or an expiration date. The label will also show the list of ingredients used. The first ingredient listed is highest in quantity, and the last ingredient is the lowest. Before you purchase products, check their expiration dates and choose items with the longest time before expiration.
Probably some of the most important things on the food label are the serving size and the servings per container. A lot of times now, if you have a smaller size container, they may call that 2 servings where we would eat it and call it 1. So all the information on the label is according to what they're calling a portion size on the label. So if they say a portion size is 3/4 of a cup, all the information is going to be for 3/4 of a cup. All the calories, the fat. If we eat a cup and a half, then we would need to double all the calories and the fat and the sodium and the cholesterol. So some of the important things on the label are the calories. I always look at the calories because like when people are on like a low carb diet, they forget that calories are still a big issue. So they try to watch carbohydrates, but they might be eating 300 calories and something. So we always look at the calories. I don't really pay attention to the percentages on the right-hand side because the percentages are for people that are on 2,000 to 2,500 calories, and most of your clients aren't going to be on that. So really, I just almost even X those out. But we would want to pay attention to the left-hand side. Total grams of fat are important. Remember, the goal is to try to stay between 40 and 60, closer to 40 with women, 40 to 45 with women, and closer to 60 for men. Saturated fat, it's got the grams of saturated fat. You want to stay between 15 and 18 grams of saturated fat. Trans fats, you want to stay mostly close to 0. Cholesterol, we didn't talk about that at all, but 200 to 300 milligrams of cholesterol per day is what an average goal. Sodium would be about 3,000 milligrams per day. Carbohydrate will vary depending on if you're diabetic or not. Fiber, we want to try to stay around 25 grams of fiber a day, which is hard to get that much in. I'll just tell you, most of your clients will probably not get in 25 grams of fiber. Okay. Protein, for every 7 grams of protein on a label, we would consider that equivalent to an ounce of meat.
Unit pricing, which is often found below the product on the grocery shelf, gives the cost of items in ounces or pounds. It makes it easier to compare the cost of various products. For example, giant or family-size containers do not always end up costing less than smaller containers. Unit pricing helps you to compare the cost. Shop for items that need refrigeration just before you head to the checkout and store them as soon as you reach the client's home. To provide a record for your client and agency, record the date, the total amount you've spent on groceries and other items in a logbook. Save all the receipts. It is important to follow established safety procedures when handling food. Food poisoning can occur if food is not stored, handled, or cooked properly. Food poisoning can be fatal, especially for children and older adults. There are 4 core practices in safe food handling. The first is cleanliness. Wash your hands well in warm, soapy water for at least 20 seconds before and after handling food. If possible, cut meat on an acrylic or plastic cutting board that can be thrown into the dishwasher or soapy hot water. Keep all kitchen surfaces clean. Wash cutting boards, dishes, countertops, and utensils with hot, soapy water. Wash dishcloths and towels frequently in the hot cycle of the washing machine. Sponges are not recommended for use in the kitchen because their texture and dampness harbors germs. Don't cross-contaminate. When handling raw meat, poultry, or seafood, keep these foods and their juices away from other foods. Use one cutting board for fresh produce and a separate one for raw meat, poultry, and seafood. Do not use a knife that has just cut raw meat to cut fruits and vegetables. Preparation and cooking. Never thaw food on the countertop. Thaw food in the refrigerator. Marinate foods in the refrigerator as well. Use a meat thermometer to make sure that meats are cooked to the recommended temperature. If cooked meats are not eaten within 3 to 4 days, they should be discarded. It is important to refrigerate leftovers as soon as possible. Foods should not be out of the refrigerator for more than 2 hours. If the temperature is 80 degrees or higher, return food to the refrigerator in less than an hour. Recipes make it easier to cook dishes because they include the number of servings the recipe will make, the time needed to cook the dish, a list of ingredients needed, and step-by-step directions for preparing the dish. Recipes often use abbreviations. Here are some of the most common abbreviations. T or TSP equals teaspoon. A capital T or capital TBSP equals tablespoon. C equals 1 cup. OZ equals an ounce. PT equals a pint. QT is 1 quart. The pound sign or LB equals 1 pound. And DOZ equals 1 dozen. To measure ingredients correctly, you will need 3 types of measuring devices. Glass or clear plastic measuring cups are used for measuring liquid ingredients, such as milk, water, or oils. They come in various sizes. Metal or plastic measuring cups usually come in a set of various sizes and are used to measure dry or solid ingredients, such as flour, nuts, and shredded cheese. When the cup is full, use a knife or spatula to make the ingredient level with the top of the cup. Measuring spoons are used to measure small amounts of liquid or dry ingredients. The ingredient should be level with the top of the spoon. Microwave ovens are powered by electricity and use microwave radiation to cook food. Meats, fish, poultry, vegetables, and potatoes can be cooked in the microwave. Microwave cookware is generally made from glass, ceramic, or plastic. Use only cookware with microwave-safe labels. Never use metal in the microwave. It will conduct electrical sparks or currents and can damage or ruin the microwave oven. When you use the stove, follow these safety measures to prevent injuries or fires. Use pot holders when picking up or moving a pot or pan. Keep your sleeves short or rolled up so they are well out of the way of the burners. Turn pot handles toward the back of the stove to keep them out of your way as you cook. To prepare the table, begin by setting a placemat. With the plate in the center, place the fork to the left of the plate. The cloth or paper napkin goes to the left of the fork. Place the knife to the right of the plate with its blade facing the plate. Spoons are placed next to the knife. Put the teaspoon to the right of the knife. The soup spoon, if needed, goes next to the teaspoon. The water glass or cup is placed above and just to the left of the knife. If you use a bread plate, it is placed above the fork. Soup bowls can be placed directly on the plate. Before you serve a meal, make sure that your client has used the bathroom and has washed his or her hands. Dentures or bridges should be in place. Serving meals attractively helps make mealtime enjoyable. Foods with different textures, tastes, and colors make meals more inviting. When filling the plate, imagine that it is divided into quarters. Use 1/4 for meat or other types of protein, and 1/4 for carbohydrates, such as pasta, rice, or potatoes. The rest of the plate should be filled with vegetables, salad, or fruit. Some people prefer to eat alone or only with friends or family. Always ask your client if he or she would like your company during the meal. Mealtime may be the only social contact your client has during the day. Unless there is another agreement made, bring your own food for any meals you eat at work. The kitchen should be cleaned after each meal. Keeping the kitchen clean helps reduce the spread of germs. Good nutrition and delicious food naturally maintain and improve your client's health. Your caring attention is valuable too, uplifting your client's mood and increasing his or her comfort. As a care provider, it can be rewarding to know that your efforts are contributing to another person's happiness and well-being.